Hello everyone, you're watching Awaz News. I'm Kubra Ali and I'll be taking you through top news across Canada.
Former Caledon, Ontario teacher charged in historical sexual assault case involving a minor. Police ID suspect charged with murder in death of a man found shot in Brampton. Art Gallery of Ontario accepts one of the largest ever private art donations. 2 Toronto police officers injured in North York. Ford rules out Ontario election in 2024 but could call an early election in 2025. Ontario alcohol expansion. Ford says convenience stores located near schools will be very responsible.
These were the headlines. Now let's jump right into the details.
A 64-year-old teacher has been charged in connection with a historical sexual assault involving a minor in Caledon, Ontario. The Caledon detachment of the Ontario Provincial Police issued a press release on Tuesday saying that the investigation began in November 2022 after a victim reported a sexual assault that occurred in 2002. As a result, police charged a 64-year-old suspect from Stony Creek, Ontario with sexual assault, sexual interference, and invitation to sexual touching under 16 years of age. Until June 2024, the accused worked as a teacher in Caledon, Brampton, and Mississauga. At the time of the incident, in 2002, they worked in Caledon. The accused was scheduled to attend the Ontario Court of Justice in Orangeville on August 29th. Anyone with the information about this or any similar incidents is urged to call the Caledon OPP at 1-888-310-1122 or local police. Peel police have identified the suspect charged with murder in connection with a shooting in Brampton last week. On Friday, just before 1 a.m., officers received a call about a suspicious vehicle at a residence near Millstone Drive and St. Trappist Court, south of Steeles Avenue West and east of Chinguacousy Road. Police said officers arrived at the scene and found a man who had been shot inside a vehicle. The victim was pronounced dead at the scene a short time later. His identity is not being released at request of his family, police said. Late Friday night, police arrested a suspect in connection with this case and charged him with first-degree murder. They initially did not name the suspect, however. On Tuesday, he was identified as 23-year-old Paramveer Singh. The motive for the shooting is still unknown, but police said investigators are confident that it was isolated to the individual involved and was not random. Awaz News has obtained a video which appears to show the moments before the victim was killed. In the footage, an SUV is seen idling on the side of the road and someone can be heard demanding to be let inside the vehicle. The car then drives off and what sounds like gunshots can be heard shortly after. 4 individuals are then seen running away from the area. It is unclear if police are searching for any other suspects. They continue to ask anyone with the information to contact homicide investigators at 905-453-212 and extension 3205 or Crime Stoppers anonymously. The Art Gallery of Ontario has received one of the largest private donations of art in its history, one that includes international luminaries as well as selections from widely influential Canadians. The donation from the estate of late businessman Philip Lind consists of 37 works from 24 artists. It's a significant collection, particularly in terms of quality, said Gallery CEO Stephen Jost. It's the right work by the right artist. But Jost is particularly excited about a selection of work from the so-called Vancouver School of Photographers, artists such as Jeff Wall, Stan Douglas, and Rodney Graham. Joe said those Vancouver-based artists, described as photo conceptualists, turned away from small format black and white images to large photographs of staged table that dealt with art, history, media, and the artist's role in shaping our views of reality. The Lind donation greatly increases the gallery's holdings of the school, said Jost. We are not strong in that area. We have 2 Jeff Walls. We are getting 5 more. Jost said Lind, who was intimately Involved in the growth of Rogers Communications was an innovative businessman who carried his interest in creative thinking into the arts. The lint donation will be exhibited at the gallery from November through fall 2025. A catalogue of the show is being produced. Toronto police say 2 officers sustained injuries in northwest Toronto early Tuesday morning after they located a stolen vehicle in the area. In a post on social media, police said the officers located the vehicle near Chalk Farm Drive and Jane Street shortly after 2 a.m. Few details have been released, but police said one police vehicle was damaged and 2 officers were transported to hospital with minor injuries after the occupants of the vehicle fled. A firearm was located at the scene and police said the suspects are outstanding. No descriptions of the suspects or their vehicle have been released. The investigation is ongoing, police added. Ontario Premier Doug Ford ruled out calling an early election this year but left the door open on Tuesday to calling one in 2025. The province's next fixed election date isn't until June 2026, but Ford continued to dance around the issue of whether or not he will call an early election. Ford confirmed, however, that he has given his party's members of provincial parliament a December deadline to decide if they will run again. He said in the interim, his government will focus on job creation, healthcare, education, and infrastructure projects like building highways and transit. The Premier had previously left open the possibility of an early election when asked about one last spring. Those musings kicked off a summer of campaign preparations from the opposition parties as well as the majority government Tories. Ontario's New Democrats raised $1.1 million in 10 weeks over the summer as opposition leader Marit Stiles crisscrossed the province. The party said they received nearly 20,000 contributions over that time frame, making the average donation just shy of $52. The Liberals, who are introducing their new leader Bonnie Crombie to voters, started putting out calls to potential campaign staff and volunteers this summer and began nominating candidates. The RCMP is probing the Greenbelt land swap that saw the province remove 15 parcels of land from the protected area to build 50,000 homes. 2 provincial watchdogs found the process to remove the lands favored certain developers over offers. After a public outcry, Ford reversed course on those plans. Brownlee said the Liberals are ready for a snap election and have raised nearly $3 million from some 10,000 donors since Crombie became leader last December. In the second quarter of 2024, the party raised nearly $1 million, he said. The Green Party of Ontario, which now has 2 seats in the legislature, has said it spent this summer working on building local teams as its leader and deputy leaders canvassed in ridings. The Tories, who currently hold 78 seats, had caucus members out door knocking this summer, although Ford encourages that year-round. Ford is set to fulfill a campaign promise this week from the 2018 election, where he pledged to allow corner stores to sell beer and wine. Those changes will take effect on Thursday. The province is forking over $225 million to the beer store in order to break a previous 10-year deal with the company as it moves to get beer, wine, and coolers into convenience stores. Days before Ontario opens up alcohol sales to convenience stores across the province, Premier Doug Ford says he has full confidence in retailers located near schools to sell beer and wine responsibly, despite concerns from the Provincial Secondary School Teachers Union president over student access to booze. Ford made the comment in response to a question about the incoming expansion of alcohol sales, which referenced his government's recent move to close 10 supervised consumption sites in Ontario due to their proximity to schools. That decision, which has been criticized by harm reduction advocates, was made in an effort to curb that Health Minister Sylvia Jones described last month as a resulting increase of crime at these sites. Starting September 5th, more than 4,000 convenience stores across the province will be licensed to sell beer, wine, and ready to drink cocktails, which the province has called the largest expansion of alcohol sales since the end of the prohibition nearly 100 years ago. The increase in access without proper protections in the places cause for concern for Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation President Karen Littlewood. According to the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario, licensed convenience stores will be permitted to sell alcohol between the hours of 7 a.m. and 11 p.m. 7 days a week. Selling alcohol outside of those hours could result in a fine up to $50,000 or the suspension or revocation of the convenience store's liquor license. The province's move to close safe injection sites near schools aligns with the AGCO's existing regulations on cannabis retailers, which aren't allowed to operate within 150 meters of a school. However, there are currently no such regulations for licensed convenience stores located near schools. So we have safe injection sites that have to be far away from schools, and I know we have to keep communities safe, but alcohol is available everywhere. There's a lot of conflicting information out there, Littlewood said.
Thank you for tuning in. I'm Kubra Ali. I'll see you back tomorrow, same time, same channel. Have a good night.